Hey, welcome back. Before this video starts, I need to let you guys know that the new account series season 2 will be happening soon. The next video will be my 7-star opening, but the video after that will be all about the start of season 2. If you want early insight and want to help decide how the account will be played, you can become a channel member and you'll be able to vote on some upcoming polls. Don't worry, season 2 will not be a members only series, you'll still be able to see every video regardless. Alright, thank you, and I hope you all enjoy. So I haven't done an account progression video before, and I thought I may as well now that I finally completed my goal of having Archangel as my top champion. It also kind of serves as a 3,000 subscriber special video, which also thank you for that, I seriously do appreciate it. I like to see account progression as how much have you done in the game. This encapsulates all sorts of different angles, including roster, quest completion and exploration, titles, and so forth. One of my favourite parts of MCOC is collecting titles and profile pictures to make my profile unique. Following the Infinity Crystal event, I was able to complete one of my long-term goals of obtaining a title which only very few other people would get. I ended up opening the Infinity Crystal 44,000 times while the solo event lasted and 90,000 times overall. I did not get the title from the crystal, but I did get the most unlucky summoner title, placing me in the top 10 for the most times the crystal was opened. As for the rest of my titles, here are the ones that I have accumulated. My first Legends title was obtained back in April of 2022 during the event quest time attack run, where I placed number 51 overall for the event. As far as I know, my oldest title is Soul Survivor from October of 2017. We'll move on to the roster now, as that's probably one of the main aspects for an account tour. We'll start with the 1-stars and work our way up. I have all 16 obtainable 1-stars, including the Summon Symbiote. Up next are the 2-stars, where I have 138 of the available 239 2-star champions. I try and keep up with Marvel Insider as often as I can to try and get some exclusive 2-stars, but it's usually just 1 or 2 new 2-stars a month. My first 2-star was Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, given as a gift to all players back in 2017. It would be really nice to see something added to the game to collect 2-stars a bit easier. Perhaps a weekly arena that focuses on giving out collectors crystals. The 2-star collected crystals in the special tab feels way too overpriced, especially since there are 2-stars in the collector's crystals you can get from premium hero crystals as well. Moving on to the 3-stars, I've obtained 226 of the available 240 3-star champions. I don't usually do arena to get the new 3-stars and 4-stars, but I will occasionally if they have an important synergy or they're just a cool overall champion. My first 3-star was Civil Warrior. He was also my first duped 3-star champion. I've always quite liked him since I got told he was not that good, so that just made me want to use him more. As for my 4-stars, I have obtained 222 of the available 243 4-star champions. My first 4-star was Venom, and he was a much better pickup for my account at the time compared to Civil Warrior. And after returning to the game from my long break, a 4-star Sunspot was the first champion I opened from a 4-star crystal, which was given as a gift for returning to the game. Now moving on to 5-stars, I've obtained 219 of the available 246 5-star champions. Before returning to the game in late 2020, I only got 3 5-star champions in total across almost a year of playing the game. Earning 5-stars back in 2017 took months for an early game account like mine. When I did finally have enough shards to form one, I gave my device to my brother to open the crystal. I asked him to describe the champion I got, and he said it was a guy with a red flaming skull. And at that moment, I knew I had hit the jackpot. This was the era where the Holy Trinity was the absolute top meta, and for my first 5-star to be Ghost Rider, I was absolutely ecstatic. This 5-star Omega Sentinel was also the champion that took me over to 1000 total champions. And for the final part of the roster, the part that most people actually care about, the 6-stars. Across my time of playing MCOC, I have obtained 195 6-star champions out of the available 243. Punisher 2099 was my first 6-star, where I was lucky enough to get a 6-star shard jackpot from a gifting crystal in the 2020 gifting event. Instead of buying a 6-star basic crystal like I should have, I went for the featured at the time to try and get CTR or Apocalypse, but ended up getting Punisher 2099. He was certainly a big upgrade to my roster at the time, allowing me to push further into content a lot easier. From the 6 stars I do have, 2 are rank 5, these being Archangel and Immortal Abomination. I have 13 more champions at rank 4 and a further 41 champions at rank 3. The remaining 6-star champions in my roster are all rank 1. In terms of the champions I don't have, Spot is the only non-exclusive champion I have not obtained in any rarity. Immortal Iron Fist has not popped out of a Max Seed Crystal yet, but that'll probably come at some point. I was also not lucky enough to get Weapon X from any gifting or banquet events. I've also never obtained any trophy champions in the 6-star rarity aside from Platinum Pool, who I've managed to get enough pieces to form 2 crystals. Moving on to relics, my relic roster isn't particularly amazing. I haven't bought any relic crystals and didn't invest into them for a long time, so I have very little spare alloys. I have 2 5-star relics, my first being Thor, who I also duped as my second 5-star relic opening, along with Wolverine as my second total 5-star relic. I do not have any 6-star relics and probably won't for the next year at least. In terms of story content, I have completed every bit of story content going up to 8.2 as of May 2023. I have also explored all story content except for Act 6. The only part of Act 6 which I have explored is 6.4.6 the Grandmaster Quest. This was to try and get a solo with I-Bomb, which I didn't get on initial exploration, so I went back and did the quest for a 7th time. I have completed every special quest at least once, where I've explored Labyrinth of Legends, Eternity of Pain, and kind of Grandmaster's Gauntlet. The only way to explore Gauntlet is by doing it 5 times and cut the run shorter each time to get the teleport nodes finished as well. Abyss I've done 1 path of, but with my rank 4 Aegon, I imagine it'll only be a matter of time before I end up exploring that as well. I haven't done variants in a long time, but I've given the majority of them an initial completion for the 6-star shards and rank up materials. Some of the goals that I have for this account include exploring Abyss, as I mentioned previously. Exploring Act 6 is also on the bucket list, and that'll probably happen before exploring Abyss. At some point, I'd like to place in Master Tiers for War just once to have the title and never do it again. I'd like to try and max out every 4-star champion, as well as try to get 100 6-stars to at least rank 3. Considering I'm just over halfway there to 100 at least rank 3 6-stars, it doesn't feel too unachievable. Karina's Volume 1 and 2, I'm not sure if I'll be going back to those anytime soon. The effort and resource investment just doesn't seem super worth it. It is there to complete though, so maybe at some point they'll get done. Alright, that's about it for the account progression video. Thank you all for watching, and thank you to the members on screen now. I'll catch you later.